Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with Marvel Strike Force's newest character here in PANDAPOOL, finally joining the game, part of this new Mercs for Money team that's going to be dominating the war, but as well having value across different game modes. And we know with this team anyways, they're going to be part of the new legendary in Old Man Logan. So PANDAPOOL is going to be the main protector of this team. He's going to have different mechanics involved, including gaining taunt, but he provides a lot of support for the team, including actually the opportunity to declare negative effects, provide consistent defense up, death proofs, in addition to healing. So he's kind of doing a bit of everything as a supportive character. In addition to that, he also actually has a chance to revive, and then that makes him even tankier, especially since we know with Old Man Logan and Deadpool, they also have revive mechanics as well. He also does the additional assist. So I mean, there's going to be a boatload of different ways that he can support the team, but I do like the fact that he's an all-rounder and he actually is a top 5 armor in the game now that these stats have been revised. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be taking a look at his Red Star Orbs, because we have the opportunity here with the increase in 15% chance. We don't know what his event looks like just yet, but that's coming up, I believe, either next week or the week after. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So we'll also be in today's video taking a look at his kit, what kind of preemptive T4 recommendations we can look at, and as well what his Iso-8 potentially could be. And just guys, as a quick reminder too, what started today as well is this new Wasteland road trip. So this is just a showcase that's featuring the Mercs for Money team. Again, an opportunity to take advantage of free materials and resources when you have the energy built up. And what's nice about it is the fact that you actually do get a chance to play test how this team does. The 4-piece team can take down, as you can see on screen here, they're expected to take down Darkhold. We're up against a out of time team, which is one of the best war defense teams right now in the game, and then even the Gamma team actually respectively getting tested. So goes to show you how powerful this team is if you're going to be engaged in war, and as well taking advantage of the opportunities for rewards here. These showcase are a great way to kind of farm those resources that you may or may not be lacking. So I always do like to start off here by actually, now that we know with these character events that some of them could be lacking in character shards, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to open up one orb here for PANDAPOOL, because in the past we've seen with these 100 shards, they get pretty tight. So every time I do a video now, I am going to take advantage of this opportunity to actually open with one of my power core orbs, just because I got so much power cores now. Got the 12 shards there. That's nice. That's going to be the extra supplementation that I need potentially. And then as well, I'm going to be pivoting here actually and going to the Elite 7 red orbs, just because of the fact that we have amassed so much of these 7 red characters, and now at this point the majority of them are actually duplicates. Gonna hit I for additional details here, and let's take a look. Double checking that the 15% is always live and in play, so we know for a fact that we're going to be getting that increased promotion here. 7 red on Deadpool, yeah, that's gonna be a nice given, especially knowing and seeing that his rework is actually in play. So at this point now, it's just a waiting game, because we've seen in the past as well, there's just so many 7s across the board with the diminishing economy here. And we're basically just rinsing and repeating until we get the 7 on PANDAPOOL, and then going ahead and reviewing here. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, guys. Maybe in the future they do a better job of giving us the an actual upgrade there. Nice. Maybe in the future they do give us a better opportunity to convert more of this actually to the diamond credits. That'd be great. At least we're getting actually more upgrades than we've seen in the past. And there you go, the happy-go-lucky PANDAPOOL right there with the 7 red. That's exactly what we were gunning for, and got some upgrades at the same time as well. So let's take a look. I am really glad that I got some additional shards there, at least for him now. So that's nice. We get a head start on him before his unlock comes. So why he's going to be a prominent protector, guys. So Bear Hug is his primary attack here, the basic attacking target for percentage damage. In addition to that, he does repeat this attack a couple of times. It also does apply bleed as you bring it up. And really, it's just increasing damage. So I wouldn't recommend wasting any T4s on this basic ability. It's pretty standard. Stop at level 6 unless you have the T4s to spare as a luxury. His special ability here is called Poacher Hunter. So he's going to be attacking primary and targets damage. In addition, this is actually a heal as well for his max HP. So obviously having a higher red on him is going to be very, very, supplemental to the team, but as well just giving them some additional sustaining. As we level this ability up, offense down is also going to get applied to targets, including the adjacent. There's more healing getting granted. Defense up is also going to be provided in addition to the taunt mechanic here. And then finally, just some additional increase to damage and healing. So to be honest, honest, I don't know if I would actually T4 this, just because it just gives an additional uptick in damage and healing, and especially if you're scarce for T4s, it's not game changing enough for me. So I would actually stop at level 6 if you guys are trying to conserve, unless you feel like the team is lacking sustain. Then that extra 5% could be a difference maker for sure. But overall, this ability does pretty good already at level 6. Ultimate is called Pandemonium, very signature of his name here, attacking all enemies for 100% damage, stealing 5% HP from all enemies and redistributing it back to himself and the Mercs for Money team. I love the fact that this is also going to bypass heal block. In addition to that, his ultimate also gains taunt. There's going to be a heal mechanic involved, and this is the ability that does cleanse negative effects from himself and the Mercs for Money, including the application of death proofs across the board and stealth actually being granted to Deadpool allies as well. So that's pretty big, guys. This attack is not blockable or dodgeable. You can see here the defense up is going to last for actually additional turns. More negatives are getting cleansed there, including offense up getting granted. Again, level 6 is going to be all the clearing of negatives, so this is going to be the big one, including immunity. And finally, the T4 here, stealing 15% as opposed to the 5%, and in war specifically, safeguards also granted. So if you guys are pushing for this team right away and you're trying to get them into the war, obviously this is going to be a must-have T4. Definitely much more worthy than the basic and special that we just saw. But more notably, this is a very, very strong ability when you're redistributing an extra 15% HP. It makes him a Dark Dimension viable character because of that distribution and how much damage he can do essentially to the other team. Especially since the mechanic is very similar to Dark Phoenix and how her attack scales with HP. This has immense value in Dark Dimension. Last but not least here, the passive is Panda for hire. So this ability here, when this character drops below 50% HP, he's going to be cleansing negative effects from himself. He's gaining taunt once again, defense up, death proof, healing all Mercs for Money for 10% of his max HP. Again, having higher reds on him is going to make this even more notable. And then as well, finally applying the death proof to all Mercs for Money allies. So he's just doing a bit of everything, especially when that mechanic kicks in for them as a war team. On the ally Deadpool or Old Man Logan, they're going to be gaining assist, so he's just giving them the opportunity to actually do more damage because of that. On death, 20% chance to revive with the 50% of his HP. Each Deadpool or Old Man Logan, it's essentially going to guarantee his revive. So having them actually alive is going to keep making this character even tankier and keep coming back alive. In war, if this character or any other Mercs for Money ally does not have defense up, he's going to be gaining damage reduction and resistance. So basically supplements himself when that does not exist. We see armor and resistance and drain also getting granted. On war specifically, this applies. The speed bar mechanic actually does get added to him as well. And finally, if you guys are going to T4 this passive ability, only applicable in war. If this character's health is greater than or equal to 50%, he's going to be stunning and disrupting. The stun and disruption cannot be applied to Pandapool. So therefore, it's going to ensure that he's going to be a cemented foundational piece to the team that can't be touched, especially with the speed bar that can't be reduced as well. So again, very similar to the ultimate. The passive and the ultimate really do make sense if you guys are trying to make sure that this character is utilized in war. Otherwise, I still think that level 6 across the board is a really safe place to be if you're trying to save T4s, but only push the ultimate and the passive if you guys are bringing them up into war, because otherwise if you're using him for an event and there's no war bonuses, it doesn't really make sense to use the T4s. Having said that, guys, I mean, there's a couple of Iso-8s that do make sense in my eyes because you just want to take a look at the mechanic, right? Always think about what's going to be happening with the team and what you'll be needing, but typically you want Pandapool doing as much sustain as possible. I think Iso-8 Healer is going to make a lot of sense on him. If you want him even tankier, I think Iso-8 Fortifier is going to make this character unstoppable, especially since, we know that he has that revive mechanic. It's absolutely devastating. So I think I'm going to be leaning more towards the Iso-8 Healer for the time being, but Fortifier is a close number 2 just because you can make him even tankier given how prominent his supportive capabilities will be. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Hopefully you guys are able to get some good red stars as well. And again, don't forget, if you have the power cores to spare, it doesn't hurt to open an orb here just to make sure that you guys are getting a head start on this. We know we're going to be getting some shards likely in the Friday free claim coming up as well. Thank you for your time as always, and let me know anything in the comments below. I'll catch you guys in the next one.